So how does the muscle contract? What causes the muscle to contract on the upper side of the heart before the muscle contracts on the lower side of the heart? So remember, the pump on the right, pumping the blood, deoxygenated blood to the lungs, happens simultaneously that the left side of the heart, pumping oxygenated blood to the body, is contracting. The atria contract together, then the ventricles contract. The signal, the electrical signal, begins in the upper right corner of the right atrium. It is called the sinoatrial node. What's going to happen is these are pacemaker cells. If I take your heart out of your chest, your heart will continue to beat. They pace a contraction, they pace an electrical signal causing the muscle to contract. The brain speeds up the sinoatrial node or it slows down the sinoatrial node, but it is the actual sinoatrial node itself that initiates the electrical signal. So what's going to happen is the sinoatrial node is going to signal an electrical signal that travels through the atria. Now, cardiac muscle, or the myocardium, is very specialized muscle. An electrical signal can travel from one muscle cell to the next. That is unique and not possible with skeletal muscle. So the signal travels through the cardiac muscle and you get a contraction of the atrium. But the signal hits another cluster called the atrioventricular node. So this is the sinoatrial node in the upper corner of the right atrium. And approximately between the atria and the ventricles is the AV node, or atrioventricular node. The atrioventricular node does several things. First, it strengthens the signal, and it also delays the signal. So you have a slight delay, giving time for the blood to be pushed from the atrium down into the ventricles. Then it discharges a signal from the AV node and travels along the lower side of the heart. So the first portion of the signal may travel through little electrical bundles called the bundle of His. We have a left bundle branch and a right bundle branch. So the bundle of His, HIS, are the bundle branches. Then there's fibers wrapping around the ventricles themselves, and these are called Purkinje fibers. So if you have an aging person with cardiac conduction issues, sometimes they're told that they have a bundle block, and that is scar tissue over the nerves in the septae of the heart, preventing the signal from reaching around. If someone has difficulty with discharging the signal from the sinoatrial node or other issues, then they might get a pacemaker to stabilize the signal. Sometimes the signals can be very erratic, and all of a sudden there's a fibrillation, and an atrial fibrillation would happen in the atria, and you can survive atrial fibrillation, also called AFib. But it can be very dangerous if it's allowed to go on over time. You generally do not survive ventricular fibrillation. You generally go into cardiac arrest. Cardiac arrest means the heart stops. It doesn't tell us why. A heart attack may lead to cardiac arrest. A sudden punch to the chest at the wrong moment can cause cardiac arrest. Other pathologies can also cause cardiac arrest.